Welcome to the Willpower Podcast, where we talk virtual assistants, artificial intelligence, and the fine art of getting stuff off your plate without losing your mind. I'm Will Humphreys, and in this season, we're diving into what actually frees you up so you can stop doing all the things and start doing what matters most. You have no idea how much you matter to me. I think about all of you rock stars out there who are listening to this, going through your daily lives, experiencing your challenges, doing what you can to make a difference in other people's lives, and tuning into this show. I need you to know how much it matters to me because I've been in that position, and I know the chaos of being a leader or owner in a private practice space. I'm going to share with you a story that I rarely share, but after a year of being on air, I feel it's important to really connect with you as to why this show matters to me. And I'm not going to hold back. So it was 2012 when we were in Idaho, my wife and I. We have 4 boys at the time. They were very small. And we were visiting family. It was a very difficult time for me, which I'll get into. But here's the moment I want you to hear. My wife comes into my room where she and I were sleeping at my mother-in-law's house. The mother-in-law had taken the boys and we were completely alone. And she pulled up a laptop and showed me my search history. And in it, the question that she had pulled up was how to kill yourself without pain. And my heart just sank. I didn't know that that search was going to get back to her. And it was a mirror moment to not only see that question facing back at me, but also to see my wife's eyes and to see how her world had shifted forever with a single click. And so I shared that because here's what was going on in my world when that search came up. She knew, but also didn't know what it was that I'd been going through, which was this private practice journey as an owner. As a physical therapist in private practice, I was drowning. And frankly, I had been drowning for years. The burnout of pouring myself into patients 5 days a week in combination of trying to manage a team, which I didn't know how to do well, in a combination of feeling like I had to do it all myself to do it right, that no one else cared, frankly, about the company or me nearly as much as I cared about them or the company. And really this idea that like deep down, I didn't think anyone would even want to work for me. And it was so reinforced with every quit, every time somebody decided to just not show up for work. There was this idea that like I didn't matter. And as we're starting this new season, it's got a really flashy tagline, AI versus virtual assistants, and that's on purpose. But the overarching theme of this show is shifting. I do not know how to communicate to you how much you matter. I don't know how to put it into words so that you can hear this from a place of like really calling you out that what you're doing professionally and personally makes a difference in this world. And it makes a difference in the world of your family and the world of your patients. And as this show is going to go on from this point on, we're doing seasons now. These seasons are meant to really serve you. I was getting my footing this first year, but the second year in this first season, we are diving deep into tools, tactics, and all the things that I learned over time to free me up. But none of them will make any difference for you if you don't have the right mindset. Okay? And so in our episode today, I'm obviously previewing the season, but I am here in this episode to do one thing, which is to change how you think. I am one of those individuals where I'm not easily trained. I don't like fall into leadership naturally well. And the things that I'm going to be preaching over this next seasons, I am a bit of a hypocrite about as well. I still find myself getting overwhelmed and I still find myself getting stuck, but I have a pattern. And this pattern I'm going to share with you as long as you can adopt the growth mindset and really be in a place of accepting what is and being open to the possibility that you are powerful, that you do matter, and that you have a potential to be in a place, in a world where you feel like things are serving you and not the other way around. We can make a difference this season together. Because these tools and tactics absolutely work, but it all starts with occurring to yourself as a real leader. Here's what I want you to consider. I want you right now to realize that true leadership isn't about learning something that you don't know, and is everything to do with peeling away what's in front of you and getting in your way so you can be the leader you already are. You are enough, just as you are. You don't need to learn anything to be more powerful. You don't. I do promise you there are things in your path that are in front of you, blind spots you don't know about that you can remove. But it's not about becoming something you're not. It's about defining what you already are and recognizing that you have the power to not just change your patients' lives, but your team's life. There are people out in this world who don't even know that you're the best boss that they're ever going to have. And so I want you to join this journey with me as we proceed together into this world of freedom. Freedom for me looks like this: waking up and being able to do whatever it is that I want to do. And like I said, there are times and seasons of my life where I am a hypocrite. Because even though I know these patterns and even know the mindset, I go through the same dark places that you do frequently. What am I doing? What's wrong with me? Will my kids ever know the dad that they deserve? Will my wife ever experience the husband that she deserves, right? Like, those thoughts are real. And I just want you to know that from my experience of having done this now for a few companies, that it's part of the journey. I want to remind you of why you chose to be a healthcare professional in the first place. The reason you chose to do this as a leader and a company owner is because you care as much as you do. Yes, you saw some opportunities for some financial gain, and there is nothing wrong with that. You saw some opportunity to control your future. Boy, wasn't that funny to think that that's going to be how it was going to be. But it is all coming from a place of love. You are the few and the proud. You are the best of all of us, the leaders, the owners, the entrepreneurs. You're the ones who are making the biggest impact in the lives of our patients. It is the private practice owner and leaders, the entrepreneurs, who have the greatest potential to change the lives of their people. And you know this. You know that. But where you get stuck, or at least where I did, was in seeing how I could be served in this journey as well. Please remember that you are the most important tool in this equation. You are the most important factor, because the sharper you are, the more well-rounded and rested you are, the more you can take time freely to care for you, will directly correlate with the number of lives that can be changed, that can be helped, that can be supported and grow. And I'm not just talking about your patients. And I'm not just talking about your team. And I'm not just talking about your family or your church. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you. If you're like me, you've gotten lost in this equation from time to time. So it's time to stop. It's time to stop. And I promise you that if you can sign up into this journey with me, you're going to learn what you need to learn. There are elements of this journey, again, but leadership isn't something that you need to learn. It's about discovering what you already are. And then these tools can be added on to you like dynamite. You can start increasing your impact, your income, your freedom. And these things are cyclic. You can start spiraling up in a way that you've never imagined. And I have had the blessed opportunity to experience more than once in my life, even though I do find myself getting into a rut. I have pulled myself out, but I've never done it alone. So let me help you. Let me help you. Let this community of rock stars help you, because there's nothing else you need to do to define your worth. You are worthy. You are powerful. You are loved because you exist. That is why you are powerful and loved. You just exist. That's all you ever need to be. So now that you know that, I want to invite you to start taking control of your mindset and being weary of those thoughts. I don't want you to ever entertain those thoughts of not being enough or being the person who has to do it in order to get it done right, or all these things that we tell ourselves that keep us stuck from being truly free. I want to invite you to challenge that maybe you don't know as much as you would like to know in that area, so that you're open to these new tactics, to these new opportunities for growth. Because in the end, if you can let go of those things to accept this new mindset, all of these things will aid you in experiencing life at a much higher level. It won't make you a better person. You're already wonderful as is. It will just change the way you experience this journey and increase your income, increase your impact, and fulfill that purpose that got you into it in the first place, that big heart of yours. That is what is going to happen if you continue to work with me on this. I need your help. I can't do this alone. I want your feedback on episodes. And no, I'm not trying to grow this thing for the sake of like being whatever. I need your help because I really believe that together we can solve these problems for all healthcare leaders and entrepreneurs. My big vision is that we create the largest network of healthcare entrepreneurs and leaders in the world so that we can change healthcare globally. It starts by solving your problem, helping you become free, more profitable, because people like you who've been struggling, who care enough to keep in the game, are the same people that if you had more time and money would actually solve these problems. And guess what? Insurance companies know it. They know it, and they're trying to keep you pinned down. So let that piss you off. Let that get you angry, and let that recognize the fact that they know, but maybe what you don't, which is how powerful you are and the impact you could make if we all banded together. That's what this show is about. And I would love your feedback in terms of what we're hitting the mark on and what we're not. We're going to be doing a whole new upgraded series of how AI and virtual assistants, the two fastest growing trends in healthcare, are revolutionizing healthcare to free you up. And I want to know in every episode that you listen to, did it make a difference? If so, how? And so on. Rockstars, you're the reason I'm doing this. I can't wait to go on this journey with you. And from this point on, together, there's nothing we can't do. Thanks for tuning into the Willpower Podcast. As always, this is Will Humphreys reminding you to lead with love, live on purpose, and never give up your freedom. Until next time. Remember, freedom isn't just possible, it's kind of the point. If this episode helped you laugh, learn, or at least cancel one meeting, go ahead and hit subscribe, share it with your overworked friend, and leave a review. I read every single one, usually while avoiding emails. Want more behind the scenes stuff? Then hit us up on the socials. Now go delegate something and take a nap. You've earned it.